Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Piper and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Piper's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction, and the only correction that we give is a tiny little tug and release on the training collar. That is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll be introduced to your new training equipment tomorrow when you pick her up, and you'll get a chance to actually have hands-on practice working with her. Now, she is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is probably one of the most important, and that's heeling. It's Piper heel, and at this point Piper has a job to do. And that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. Not dragging you down the street, not forging ahead, but matching pace with you. And if you notice, Rich will throw in some turns, right turns, left turns, about turns, to keep her focused and paying attention. And each time that he stops his feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And she's doing a great job of demonstrating this, keeping her shoulders even with his left leg. And when he stops, she sits without being told. So when you're stopping to cross traffic, she should be sitting. This is your sit-stay. It's a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your homework is going to be to lengthen out the distance and the time that she can hold it. When Rich returns back to her, he just walks back to her shoulders, and she recognizes that he's going to give her another command. Very good. Her heel and automatic sits are really good. Now, if she doesn't sit, Rich said no sit. He left her again in a stay. He backs away from her. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command. So it's Piper come, and she comes and sits. She doesn't come and jump all over you. Back to heel, back sitting. Good job. If you speed up, she should speed up. If you slow down, she should do the same. So it should always be about your pace. Stay. Rich leaves her in another sit-stay. He turns to face her. And you can practice this indoors. If it's really hot outside or raining, practice your exercises indoors. She comes right in and sits. And that way, when you need them in your everyday living situations, they're fresh in her mind. Plus, it's quality time to spend with your dog working on her obedience. And they like that one-on-one attention that they're getting, and they like pleasing you. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the down. The down from a heel position. Rich leaves her in a stay and turns to face her, and our biggest challenge was her putting her nose on the ground and wanting to eat grass and sticks. But she's got it. Rich walks back to her shoulders, and they're ready to go again. She's an adorable little girl. She really is.
Down.
So it's your left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. Now Rich is correcting her for sniffing because 99% of the time they get up. Rich will call her out of that down, right in, and have her sit. Very good. Now we've demonstrated for you all of Piper's formal on-leash obedience commands. I'll have a packet of information for you that we will go over tomorrow to help you with the transition back to home. We'll practice with her so that you get familiar with doing the commands with her. We've enjoyed having her. She's a lovely, sweet dog. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company. We will see you tomorrow.